In this video, I'm reviewing the Nike Tiempo Legend 7 to see if it is an improvement on the Nike Tiempo Legend 6 and if the introduction of Flyknit is as big of a deal as Nike would want us to believe. Let's go!
Yes, this is breaking news. The Tiempo Legend 7 has finally joined the Flyknit family and has Flyknit both on the tongue and the heel area of the upper. It's accompanied by a K-leather forefoot that's been welded on top of a foam skeleton to create what Nike believed to be the ultimate combination of comfort and touch.
And you gotta hand it to Nike, the fit is mind-blowingly good out of the box because they made the last so it feels very anatomical, like it follows the natural curves of your foot. Even from the moment you put it on for the first time, it feels very snug around your foot if you go true to size, which of course I did with my usual size UK 6. And yes, you can of course go up half a size if you want a bit more of a roomy fit. But actually, I decided against it because if I did, the boot would simply feel too long for me, although it did feel a little better width-wise. Also, your foot will feel a bit more tightly locked in the Legend 7 because of the incredible heel lockdown you get in the boot, which means that the Legend 7 simply feels more responsive than its predecessor, especially because it feels like your foot doesn't move around an inch inside the Legend 7. The comfort actually surprised me a little bit because while the leather is pretty soft straight out of the box, it also needs a bit of break-in time to really be as soft as I know it can be, and thus it actually was a little bit stiffer than I initially expected. With that said though, it will soften up on you a lot and actually also stretch so much that it will accommodate for wide-footed people, so they can also get to experience the Tiempo Legend 7 in their own right size. Of course, you shouldn't expect Mizuno regular levels of slipper-like comfort, but with that said, once you break these in, they're still in the very top tier when we're talking comfort. Then there is the big introduction, Flyknit. The tongue seems to work pretty well. The fit is nice and tight, it's soft, it's padded, you don't get lace bite, and most important of all, it doesn't wrinkle up when you put it on. And honestly, I wasn't even that much aware that I was wearing a piece of Flyknit around my foot. So I'm a fan. But what I'm not a fan of is the Flyknit heel, or well, I don't really think that it has any purpose there. It just feels like a standard piece of synthetic on the heel counter, so don't expect any Flyknit fit benefits from this part. Another improvement is the durability, where the Legend 6 suffered a lot. But thankfully, it seems that Nike has fixed this, so my Legend 7 pair seems to hold up pretty well, and hopefully that is gonna last.
To the house beat.
The sole is called Hyperstability, and it's actually a pretty decent plate. It's got good grip in the ground, lovely maneuverability, and a solid, stable and slightly stiff feel to it. I could have done with a bit more flexibility in the forefoot, but it is no biggie, and the plate does its job well. If you know your Legend, you also know that the touch is what it's all about, and on the ball, the Legend 7 doesn't disappoint.
You will get a relatively close touch that's also on the same time a bit of a padded sensation on the ball, and actually it also gives you, should we say, a decent textured grip. It's still very no-nonsense and straightforward, but it's a bit more elegant and padded than the Tiempo Legend 6, while it's obviously not as nimble as its predecessor. It might look like it'll turn you into a maestro, and although you might feel like one wearing these, you're still gonna have to take care of that part yourself.
So yes, the Legend 7 is good. In fact, it's really good. And while there aren't any big deal breakers as per se, it's still got one minor thing that I need to point out.
I am of course talking about that little bit of extra break-in time. Don't get me wrong, I love the comfort, I love the tight fit, and I love the responsiveness in the Legend 7, but the fact that the leather needs a little bit of extra break-in time to be as soft as I know it can be is a little bit of a dent in an otherwise very, very good football boot. And also it is because of the fact that now the competitors are delivering top drawer, super soft leather straight out of the box from the get-go. So the fact that the Legend 7 needs a bit of extra time Well, you know, I could have expected a little bit more. But with that said, if break-in time is the only bad thing I have to say about the boot, then it's a very good football boot.
In the end, the Legend 7 is very enjoyable and one of those boots that just performs. But is it better than the Legend 6?
In short, I would say yes. It's different, but actually I feel better in the Tiempo Legend 7 because the fit is the bomb. It's lovely on the ball and basically it's just a boot that I'd always be cool wearing. And that's basically what the Legend 7 is all about. But what do you guys think about the new Tiempo from Nike? You should let me know in the comment section right down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting the green bubble somewhere over my head. Leave me a like if you had a good time and spread the word by sharing the video about this with your friends. And with that said, I'm signing off. Cheerio.